In this video, I'll explain what convolution is using an example of creating sound effects. You will see that math would be way easier to understand if it's put into a context. It comes up in the Coursera course on digital signal processing I'm taking. To understand this formula, we need to know what F is, what is G, what does it mean when you multiply the two, and why shift the G, and why add them up using integration. In the example of adding sound effects, such as echo effects, they're easy to explain. F is the original sound, G is the echo effects. You multiply them to combine the original sound with the sound effects. These two answers will be easy to understand once we go into the detail. First of all, you need to know how to create the echo effect. You use a short burst of sound called impulse, for example, a quick hand clapping. In the acoustic room where echo effects can be created. So the input sound will be a signal like this. We have time axis and the amplitude of the sound representing the air pressure. Short burst means the duration of the signal is really short. It has unit amplitude. Then the sound will be reflected by the surrounding areas, creating the echo effect. If you record that, you will have this slowly damping effects. So a single impulse will create this lingering effects over 15 time steps, for example. This is the response induced by one unit impulse. Hence, it's named unit impulse response. Why it's important? Because it's linear, meaning that if now the sound has double the amplitude, then the response will be double of the unit response. So the unit response G will be the echo effects we will use on any kind of sound signals. For example, you can record a speech in a regular environment. Let's say your speech has 5 data points. Each can be viewed as an impulse, just not a unit one. Now to create the echo effects on your speech, you use convolution. You don't need to be in that special room to record your speech. Just do a math operation instead. Here's how. Each impulse will create its own echo effect, so you pick the first impulse. At time 0, multiply that by the response. It creates a scaled response. For the second impulse, the same thing. But it only creates the response from T2. So this shifting means the second impulse creates a delayed scaled response. For the third impulse, the same thing, another delayed and scaled response. All the impulses will create their own delayed and scaled responses. Now, the echo we hear is a mixture of all those responses. That's why we add them up, creating this mixture. The regular sound editing software will play this mixture, and that's the sound with the echo effects. In terms of symbols, convolution means you multiply each impulse by the unit response, delayed accordingly. You do that for your impulses across all the time, and sum them up. This will give us the sound with the special effects.